The Château de Chambord in Chambord, Centre-Val de Loire, France, is one of the most recognizable chateaux in the world because of its very distinctive French Renaissance architecture, which blends traditional French medieval forms with classical Renaissance structures. The building was constructed by the King of France, Francis I. Chambord is the largest chateau in the Loire Valley. It was built to serve as a hunting lodge for Francis I, who maintained his royal residences at the Châteaux de Blois and Amboise. The original design of the chateau is attributed to the Tuscan architect Domenico da Cortona. Leonardo da Vinci may have also influenced the design. Chambord was altered considerably during the 28 years of its construction, 1519 to 1547, during which it was overseen on site by Pierre Neveu. With the chateau nearing completion, Francis showed off his enormous symbol of wealth and power by hosting his old arch-rival, Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, at Chambord. In 1792, in the wake of the French Revolution, some of the furnishings were sold and timber removed. For a time the building was left abandoned, though in the 19th century, some attempts were made at restoration. During the Second World War, artworks from the collections of the Louvre and the Château de Champagne were moved to the Château de Chambord. The chateau is now open to the public, receiving 700,000 visitors in 2007. Flooding in June 2016 damaged the grounds but not the chateau itself. Chateaux in the 16th century departed from castle architecture. Indeed, while they were offshoots of castles, with features commonly associated with them, they did not have serious defenses. Extensive gardens and water features, such as a moat, were common amongst chateaux from this period. Chambord is no exception to this pattern. The layout is reminiscent of a typical castle with a keep, corner towers, and defended by a moat. Built in Renaissance style, the internal layout is an early example of the French and Italian style of grouping rooms into self-contained suites, a departure from the medieval style of corridor rooms. The massive chateau is composed of a central keep with 4 immense bastion towers at the corners. The keep also forms part of the front wall of a larger compound with 2 larger towers. Bases for a possible further 2 towers are found at the rear, but these were never developed, and remain the same height as the wall. The chateau features 440 rooms, 282 fireplaces, and 84 staircases. 4 rectangular vaulted hallways on each floor form a cross shape. The chateau also features 128 meters of facade, more than 800 sculpted columns, and an elaborately decorated roof. When Francis I commissioned the construction of Chambord, he wanted it to look like the skyline of Constantinople. The chateau is surrounded by a 52.5 square kilometer, 13,000-acre, wooded park and game reserve maintained with red deer, enclosed by a 31-kilometer wall. The King's plan to divert the Loire to surround the chateau came about only in a novel, Amadis de Gaula, which Francis had translated. In the novel, the chateau is referred to as the Palace of Firm Isle. That is all. Subscribe and post comments for future videos.